Okay, so I'm going to tell you about a little mistake and a solution that you'll want to use and incorporate on a daily basis when you hear price as an issue, okay? Salespeople often make the mistake, and managers too, of always offering something for a lower price whenever faced with a price objection as a way to resolve what appears to be the money problem. This is incorrect. It's a solution based on false belief that price is the only reason people don't buy things. Okay, well, let me bring him down to something less. Don't do that. When you move the customer down in price to offer something cheaper, they are actually less likely to even want the next product if they didn't want the first one. This will cause your buyer to actually believe that you don't have a solution and that he or she is just wasting their time. One of the other ways to discover other concerns is to actually move the buyer up when a price objection comes up rather than down. This will get your customer thinking in terms of value, not price, and will determine whether or not the price objection is even valid or not. Look, if he believes that his girl will love the gift and really wants to make her happy, showing him something more expensive will actually get you closer to the sale on the product that he objected to because of the price. You understand? I'm showing him this ring. It's $6,000. Man, that's more than I can afford. Hey, just for kicks, let me show you something else. And I show him something that's $9,000. What is it? Man, there's no way I can afford $9,000. This becomes a little nicer, prettier, more affordable, doable. See, buyers are more concerned with making a good decision. Okay, you want to remember this. Always in every sale, they're more concerned with making a good decision than they are how low the price is. What would happen in this situation? He agrees to look at something more expensive or he doesn't. If he says, I can't look at it, I really like this one, he'll do it. You understand? A, I'll look at more expensive. Means he wasn't committed. B, he'll tell you he needs to move in the other direction, something cheaper, and that makes it a valid objection. You understand? I say, hey, would you consider this? Oh, no way I could do that. In fact, I need to go lower. Oh, it's valid. Let me move him down in inventory. C, he looks at the more expensive. It builds value in what you're showing them. He can't or she can't afford it. But either way, you've got him shopping your inventory. You see, you're exhausting the need to shop. Look, I could even show the buyer a completely different line or product knowing we can always move back to the original product he looked at. Oh, Grant, I don't want to confuse anybody. Look, they're not going to buy if they're on the wrong product. I want to exhaust my inventory. I don't want to exhaust my price. Okay, write this down. Exhaust your inventory. Don't exhaust your price or your margin. I remember a customer once told me that my product was too much money, and I was unable to close because he kept telling me it was too much money. He left me, went down the street, bought from my competition, did not buy the same product that I was showing him. He bought a product that was $150,000 more expensive than what I was offering. Okay? Now, what happened? On the wrong product. I wasn't solving his problems. He said, too much, Grant. It was too much money, Grant, to me, and went and spent another $150,000. Why? He was telling me it was too much for that product. Look, you lose as many customers to more expensive products as you lose customers to less expensive products. Grant, my competition's beating all my deals. They can't beat every one of your deals. It's impossible. This is a wrong think. Hey, look, when I can't close a sale because of money, I always think, first thing, move them up. Move the guy up as the first solution, not a later solution, not next week. Move them up as a way to validate my price objection. Although this may not make immediate sense to you, you might be, that's nuts, Grant, you're nuts. Well, I am nuts. I agree with that. But I promise you, this will prove successful. At least they'll consider it. If they do, hey, yeah, I'd look at that, Grant. You know what? Price is not the real objection. I know I'm on a product that they're still in question about. Look, this is called closing with inventory. You're using inventory to close. You're exhausting inventory, not your gross margin. I've had thousands of customers tell me either, look, it's too much money, I'm over budget. They get all uncomfortable and freak out about the money like it's, the security of their lifetime. They get that look on their face. I immediately move the buyer up to a more expensive product. Why? Because they're telling me it's too much money for that product. It's too much money for that service. It didn't resolve their problem. You get it? Look, the buyer, you've got to believe this. Your buyer would rather pay more and make the right decision than pay less and make a mistake. I promise you. I can validate this with products bought. Entry-level products are typically traded faster than higher-level products that are loaded up. Every customer's made mistakes before. This is the number one reason why people hesitate on making decisions. Your problem with a sale is the decision, not the price. It's the fear of repeating mistakes. It's the angst of making the wrong choice or buying the wrong product or making a bad decision that might not create a solution they were looking for. So look, always show the buyer what? How they can spend more money, not just less, as a solution to price. So the worst outcome in this situation is the most expensive product or the more expensive product that you showed them could actually make the one they were looking at more accessible, more practical, more doable. You see, this would actually build value and substantiate the price you were asking. So look, don't buy into the talk, into the gossip, the rumor of the other mediocre salespeople around you who believe price is the big issue. Price is the most important. If I could sell for less, I'd sell more. These people promote this idea so freely. They sell because they're sold on it, that if price was lower, they'd sell more. It's not true, folks. It's not true. You cannot be Walmart's, okay? It's baloney. All you have to do is look at their results to judge their advice. I'll give you an example, okay? I'm going to give you an example of how this worked for me, and then we'll get out of this segment, and I want you to go back out there and start trying this. One time, a charity asked me to help them out with some fundraising. They told me about this one qualified prospect they'd been working with. Man, this guy's tough, Grant. We've been working on him for a year, and he won't give us any money. And I said, is there any chance you're asking him for too little money? And the lady looked at me like, in shock. She's like, are you crazy? This guy's the cheapest person I've ever known. I said, yeah, you mind if I have a shot with him? In 3 minutes, okay, I took him up 10 times the amount they were asking him to contribute. Okay, it was 10 grand, and I moved him to 100. It took 3 minutes to close the cycle. This is what happened. I said, look, why'd you give me 100 and you wouldn't give them 10? I said, you're a generous guy. You're totally behind this. He's like, Grant, I didn't think 10,000 would make a difference. You see, they weren't using the right order of magnitude. They weren't using a number big enough to solve his problem. So remember, when it's too much money, what are you going to do? Move them up first. This is a great technique. I promise you it'll work for you. Trust me on this, okay? I promise you. You'll close more sales and make more money.